I'm starting to see how much it costs when I don't stand my ground, rush for an answer, and leave too early before anything had the space to become clear. After going through a few difficult situations, it can feel easier to just walk away, leave things behind, create distance, and move on. And in the moment, it works. It makes the process faster. But over time, something else begins to form, a pattern of avoiding conflict, where leaving becomes the way things get resolved. And without noticing, that pattern starts to carry into other areas, not because it's the right choice, but because it's the familiar one. There are a few things I've been starting to see more clearly. The first is about standing your ground. In the past, I would adjust, compromise what I wanted so things could stay smooth, so there wouldn't be tension. And in the moment, it works. Things stay calm. Nothing escalates. Over time, something else begins to form. A pattern where you become the one who moves, adjusts, and gives in. Without noticing, that pattern becomes predictable. Once it's predictable, it becomes easy for others to lean on it. Not always intentionally, but the role is already there. What I started to see is when you don't hold your ground, you slowly move away from yourself. Not all at once, just enough over time. The second thing is about time. At one point, I made a decision too quickly just to secure something. It solved the immediate need. But only after did I start to notice what I hadn't considered, the noise, the environment, the details that would affect how it actually felt to live there. Nothing was technically wrong, but it wasn't fully right either. And what I started to see is that the decision didn't need to be rushed. A little more time would have made space to notice those things, to ask the right questions, to choose more clearly. But when urgency is driving, those steps get skipped, and the outcome reflects that. There was a point where anything taking too long felt unbearable. I wanted resolution, clarity, movement as fast as possible. If it didn't come, I would try to force it, make decisions early, push things forward, close the gap. What I didn't see then was what that was costing: peace, clarity, sometimes even money. Whether it's a legal situation or something like trading, the more urgency there is, the worse decisions become. What I'm starting to understand is you don't have to rush. Rushing doesn't create better outcomes. It only creates faster ones. The third thing sits underneath both. It's the ability to hold space. Holding space is not just about staying, it's also about willingness to hold and what is not. Without that, holding space turns into tolerating, staying without direction, allowing everything in, even what doesn't feel right. Real holding space includes standards, what matters, what is accepted, where the line is. So it's not passive, it's steady. Presence can remain without giving things up. Time can be allowed without lowering standards. That's where it shifts. Not just holding space for things to unfold, but holding space for what is aligned and letting everything else reveal itself or fall away. Not for everything to be solved, but for things to exist without reacting immediately. Regulation is not about controlling the situation or controlling people. It's about being able to stay, to not collapse under pressure, not give in just to end it. How that space is held determines what happens next.